Hello, everybody. Welcome to the weekend. Is it really December 5th? Wow, we are into December. It is now. I can at least. Sarah's always, it's Christmas time, but now I guess I can feel it. Happy holidays. It's great to be in the month of December. Hopefully, everybody's starting to feel that holiday cheer and Christmas cheer. So we're excited about that. We had our first holiday party on Wednesday night, which was a great time. Our Central Maryland holiday party, fantastic. Lots of great pictures. Special shout out to Keith Hawkins for taking so many great pictures. We were had at the Blue Dolphin. Fantastic time. Thanks to Carl Harper and Shanita and Jen Anderson and all the other great managers that were there. We had a fantastic time and got our holiday season off to a great start. So that was Central Maryland. You guys are probably watching this already know this, but we postponed Fredericksburg today. Snow, people on 95 to get there, up and down. So we're going to look and we'll announce that as soon as we have a date. Probably the 15th or the 18th there, I think, are the two dates they're not there right now. But we will send that out as soon as we have an updated date on that for that holiday party. So holiday food drive. Remember, you can deliver all these canned goods, non-perishable food to all the local offices. We're collecting, we have drop boxes at every office across our Samson footprint. The holiday parties, I touched on this before, but Central Virginia has been moved. We will update that date as soon as it's on there. Next week, Thursday night, we'll be in our Charlestown office for the West Virginia Panhandle Party. Looking forward to seeing everybody out there. And then Friday, we get a double dose of party. We're going to have lunch. We'll have Alexandria 12 to 2. It'll be a great time at our Alexandria office. And then at night, we're going to move to Gaithersburg for our Western Maryland party for getting that region. So excited about all the good cheer we'll get to have with all of our Sam fam in the next week or two. So hopefully I'll see you all at those events. Hopefully I'll see hundreds of you on Tuesday as well. Amazing business mastery lineup. We've got 9 to 12:30 International Country Club, starting with Steve and Caitlin Ellis. Then we hit up with Jason Cheperdeck's going to do his fourth class of the year, finishing up his series, and then ending with the amazing Bob and Ronna. So we are going to do a Q&A at the end as well. So if you've already SVP'd, you probably already have got an email with some opportunity to put some questions together. But we're going to do a Q&A with the great leaders that are going to be on stage at the end as well. So looking forward to a great day at International Country Club. Lots of great education. It is really just for Samson agents, but if you do have a buddy, bring them along. They'll see how great Samson is and all that we have to offer. Annapolis, we are open. Now, I know we have a great opening here, but I want to make sure everybody knows we are open. We are there now. You can use the office. I stopped by on Tuesday. Everything's looking good. We can do a little bit more decorating, but some agents are working out of it, so feel free. We got an admin in there every day that's got the office open for everybody, so you can work in the Annapolis office now. And then you've got our grand opening party will be 2 to 4 on the 17th. 2 to 4 on the 17th. Look for that ribbon cutting around 3:15. So make sure you're there for that. We'd love to have a ton of people for a great picture there. On this note, Timonium, 57 West Timonium. We have a new permanent temporary office. I don't know if that makes sense. It's beautiful though. I was out there with Linda Harned on Monday in Timonium. Picture this office, about 2,000 square feet, beautiful conference room, private room, got some TVs, bunch of furniture already. December 15th, so next Monday, not this Monday, the following Monday, the 15th, we will officially be able to move in. So we're going to have that office. Call it 4 to 6 months. Depends how long it takes to build out our space. The great part is that it's up like 2 blocks from our new office there on York Road. It is directly across the street from GBBR, where Linda does a lot of teaching. I know a lot of you are there a lot. So we're gonna have an office literally across the street from GBBR, which would be fantastic. And it'll be a great home that we can kind of feel comfortable, grow and recruit into, and people can use while they're prepared. We can do closings there and continue to grow out of that office until our formal one is ready on York Road. And that's probably 4 to 6 months out. I was down by there on Monday. The windows were out. They were putting in new HVAC systems. They're building our whole office from scratch. And I think they'd be ready in 2 months, but permits are the problem sometimes. So exciting stuff there in Timonium and Annapolis, ready for you guys to start working with. All right, January 8th. You've seen an email about this. You've seen some Facebook stuff. My panel is at 3:45, but all day you're going to have fantastic training from 11 to 5:30. There's 15 different sessions. You all get this for free. Use the link on the RSVP on the Cardinal Nest or the email that we've sent out. It is fantastic. that starts with Buffini in the morning. There's a bunch of great speakers, great panels, really great topics if you go down the schedule. Because I'm speaking on it, we get all Samson agents in there for free. So exciting stuff. You don't have to pay. If you get to a link and you try to sign up and it asks you to pay, get back out of there. Don't pay. Come back and go to the RSVP on the Cardinal Title. Grab that list there or grab that link there so you can get in for free. I want us to have the most registrants in the whole country. I want our company to be rocking it out. The other thing is if you register, even if you can't watch all day, you can watch segments, but you also then get the live, or you get no live. You get the taping, you get the access later to go in there and watch it on tape later, which is great. So, real estate rocking New Year with Riz Media all day on January 8th. Looking forward to that. We've got a rental listing test group. We're still looking for great people. If you have a rental listing out there, email Melissa, get on her group, help her out with the new system we're trying out. All right, let's dive into this weekly stats here. So showings, 17,200. Now this is Thanksgiving week, guys. So I would expect that these showings are going to be down. A lot of these stats are going to be down. So I'm not going to harp on any of them too much. I think we'll have better data on whether this is a slow winter or slow December, not slow December on this week's stats that we'll talk about next week. But showings were down 12% last week. That's actually not that bad for a Thanksgiving week. You know, you normally lose a couple days in there for sure. Our contracts just down 2%. Our listings were down 8.8%. Makes sense. We're not going to see a ton of people listing Thanksgiving week. Active inventory, 9,500, down 4% week over week, but still 34.5% more than last year at this time. This is the whole DC metropolitan area. North Central Virginia, 4,500 showings, down 12, the exact 12.2%. That's weird. New purchase contracts down 4%, pretty similar. New listings only down a couple. Active inventory just under 3,200, about 40% more than last year at this time. So nothing shocking there. Baltimore Metro, only 5% less showings than the week before. Really flat on contracts, actually. And new listings down 6%, but that's not too many when you talk about Thanksgiving week. And then our active inventory is up to about 30% more than last year at this time. That's been about 25 to 30 in most of these charts. SMART, 1,262 showings, down that same 12, 13%. Contracts down 9.6%, 10%. It's only 11 contracts, though. New listings down a third. Again, it's about 30 listings less. Active inventory just over 1,000, 35% more than last year. This number was 50 when we started doing these charts in the summer here. So that's actually gotten a lot closer to the extra inventory year over year in SMART. All right, top performers for the week. Taylor McNeal from the Bob Ronna Group. Great job, Taylor. Huge volume. I saw a couple of those come through. Kamal Parakh, number 2. Great job. Deepak Verma, number 3. Shadya Mufarreh, number 4, great job, and Shelly Rhee, number 5 in volume for the company. Top 5 in transactions for the week. Edith Dawson, number 1. Fonda Rowe, good job there out of Hagerstown, number 2. Kamal Parakh, number 3. Celia Lainez, number 4, and Fred Mohseni from 1 Street, number 5. Great job to our top 5 in transactions. Our top 5 teams in volume for the week. Bob Ronna Group, number 1. 1 Street Company, number 2. Shepherd Homes Group, number 3. Carolyn Young Team, number 4. And Fox Homes Team, number 5. Great job to 5 tremendous teams there. Our top 5 teams in transactions for the week. 4 are the same here. We got Bob Ronna Group, number 1. 1 Street Company, number 2. Fox Homes Team up to number 3. Shepherd Homes Group, number 4. And the Monumental Team hopping in there in top 5 in transactions for the week. Great job to the squad out there. All right, other things coming up. We've got some lunch and learns to close out the year here. We've got Gaithersburg next week. The following week, we got Ruth Chris and Tyson's. We've got a White Marsh coming up. Annapolis, that'll be the day of the grand opening, 11:30 to 1:30. So if you've got somebody interested, in that area that wants to learn about Samson, lunch and learn opportunity, then bring them by the grand opening. Then we close out the year with International Country Club and then into Columbia to start the new year. So excited about our lunch and learn events still coming up. Remember, you get recruiting rewards if you bring somebody to a lunch and learn and they join us, or an HQ2U. We have one more HQ2U scheduled for the rest of the year. Next Wednesday, we'll be in Lake Ridge. It was fantastic seeing everybody in Bowie this week. We actually moved to the Comfort Inn. And this is a new location as well. So check the location. It's a hotel. I don't have the name of it off the top of my head. But check this on the Nest. Don't just go to the Lake Ridge office. We moved to a local hotel because we know we get a great turnout in Lake Ridge, and we kind of crushed that room a little bit, just like we did with Bowie last week. So Wednesday all day in Lake Ridge. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. The following Wednesday, we'll have our live sales meeting, 9 a.m. Everybody join the conversation, hop in on Zoom, and let's talk. And then we all hop in the car and speed off to Annapolis for our grand opening that day, which we're excited about. Let's dive into these Cardinal Title trends. This is off 165 contracts of data. So remember, the blue is the higher than list price and quick. So we had about a quarter of all the contracts went above list price across all 3 jurisdictions. And then a third of them went quick in West Virginia. Only 9% in Virginia went quick. That's the lowest that's ever been. And 21 in Maryland, D.C. went quick. We've got a lot bigger chunk that took a long time. 50% in West Virginia, 66 and 62 in the other 2 states as far as contracts that took over 22 days to get a contract. When you look up top there, you look 57% of Virginia contracts were under list price, a third in Maryland, D.C., and a quarter in West Virginia. So interesting stats there. That's the highest we've seen the lower than list price and longer than 22 days work out. So does mean that we're getting a little bit even more balanced market than we've had before. Also means pricing and condition is more important than ever if you're listing a home. Financing contingency, about 80-90% getting them, which isn't shocking. 70 to 100% getting the appraisal. And then home inspection, about as high as it's been here. 2/3 in Virginia. Almost everybody in West Virginia and everybody in Maryland, D.C. got a home inspection contingency, which is great for buyers, guys. That protects them. They're buying a big asset. They want to make sure they're getting their protection. Seller subsidy, about half-ish are getting that closing costs built into most of their contracts here. 98% of people got paid a commission. 8% of people got the lower commission. 10% got 2%, and then 80% got 2.5% or higher, and 2/3 got that 2.5%, which is kind of the biggest number we typically see in here. So pretty standard on the commission on those trends there. Guys, we see all these things going low and people offering concessions. I've talked a lot about it in the HQDUs, but buy down your interest rate. We're putting some slides that I had done for last week's HQDU on the nest that you can pull down. But some buy down examples. You can do a 2-1 buy down. You can do a permanent buy down. It is almost always, if I had a buyer right now, I would get them with the lender and give them a couple examples. Okay, here's what my payment looks like. My down payment at 6.5% or whatever the current market is. Here's what it looks like with a permanent buy down and the seller's paying for 10 or 15 grand closing costs. Well, I might save $200 or $300 a month for the rest of my life. Well, I kind of like that idea, right? Or they might have a 2-1 buy down, in which case it buys the interest rate down 2% for the first year, 1% for the second year, and you're saving. The example I had up there was like $800 a month for the first year and then $400 a month for the second year. And it's thousands of dollars of savings over those first 2 years. And if at any point they decide they want to refinance, they actually get a lot of that money back from the lender that was used to pay that to create the buy down scenario. So really good stuff. We'll talk more about that. But to me, interest rates are really good right now. But if you've got buyers that are waiting on the fence because, I want to wait for the perfect interest rate, 5.5, 5 points, whatever their number in their head is the perfect, they can get that today. Just go ask the seller for 10 grand. And most of the sellers are going to be willing to give it to you. The stats just told us that right now. But today, if you go do it, you don't have to compete. If they do drop to 5.5, you're going to have 10 people competing for that same house in 3 months when the rates get there. So just some food for thought. Zillow Showcase. Remember, we got that great deal on that. Go to the Zillow page on the Nest. I would not have a listing that was not showcased if I was listing a property today. Let's dive through the full schedule for next week. Monday, we got our monthly mastermind with Sam Hardman and team. It's at the Gainesville office, 10 to 11. Our weekly boost on virtual on Zoom with Lynn. Get your week off to a great start. We've got a Keeping Current Matters webinar Monday at 11 o'clock. We've got a print marketing class every Monday at 3 o'clock. We got Tommy Sullivan doing that, which is great. Tuesday, group coaching with Austin Southern at 10 o'clock. You saw the Monumental team in the top 5. That's Austin leading that team there. We've got Sky Slope training at 2 o'clock on Tuesday as well. Wednesday morning, if you're not out of Lake Ridge all day at our HQDU training with us, you can hop into the homes.com virtual class. Winchester office meeting 10 to 11 on Wednesday as well. So if you're in that Winchester area, office meeting then. Thursday, we've got Lofty class 10 to 11. Bold Trail class, specifically looking at websites. So both these classes helping you build out your websites. Business Planning Encore class, it's a virtual class Thursday at 1 o'clock. If you didn't get the business planning in person, We're going to have an encore presentation, kind of a virtual type, quicker class with it. Learning Trails with Lynn, 1 to 2. What you say matters. And then Master Your Marketing with Lynn, creating the wow factor, 2:30 to 3:30, both virtual classes on Thursday. Finishing off the week strong, we got our fast track commercial real estate training Friday morning with Aladdin. We got a Bowl Trail class in Stafford in person all day with Will on Friday. We got a Real Scout class 11 o'clock with Stephanie, and then a Bowl Trail class 1 to 2. We got a Q&A as well. Guys, if you don't do Real Scout yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. You need to dive in and learn with Stephanie. You need to have your buyers using Real Scout or something like it so they're off the portals. And you need to be sending all of your clients a market snapshot right now, whether it's Real Scout or something else. We give it all to you for free. It's a really easy system to learn. I can't encourage you enough to jump into that. So I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving last week. Had some great time with family and friends. We had a great time with family. Got a little downtime, which is great. I got to coach some high school lacrosse with the Light Ridge Lightning out there. We did not take home the title, but they put us in the really good bracket with all the great private schools and best public schools around. So we competed hard, lost a couple games by 1 goal, and did beat a couple privates there. So it was a fun weekend, but no championship trophy this week, just the week before with the youth. But so many amazing things going on here at Samson. Thank you for your support of Cardinal Title Group. Hope I see you guys next week at either our Charlestown party or our Alexandria party or our Gaithersburg party or our HQDU on Wednesday. So many great things going on, and I'm just really proud and thankful for everything we have going. I will see you all around next week somewhere. Happy holidays, and we will continue to crush it here at Samson. Take care, and we'll see you next week.